Hello, my lovelies. Has it been this long? Believe so. Don't worry, I have not gone anywhere. Of course, I've been posting shorts, funny reels here and there, quickies. Sounds bad, but you know what I mean. And of course, I talk so much more than just alternative medicine and the unmentionables, God forbid, kratom, and things that ignorant people that just don't know how to Google and do some simple basic research know and are very threatened by. Of course, I've been doing a lot of this and a lot of work, but you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I've used alternative medicine spiritually, because many of you might not know that that's a thing. You can use it in many different ways, but I have honed in on utilizing alternative medicine, including metrodrenine and metrodrenine speciosa, in my spiritual practices and my relationship with the divine. And I'm going to show you one ritual that I've done doing just that in this video. There are 6 rituals I utilize with kratom, depending on the time of year, that you can do as well, that comes in very handy depending on what you want to do. And I'm going to be sharing those with you in this video. The very first one is the sunrise intention setting tea ritual. Now these all have historical roots dating back to traditional culture from centuries ago, primarily from, of course, Southeast Asia, from Indonesia, from the indigenous tribes there. So if you're looking to incorporate some of those traditions that have been around for centuries, these are kind of where they're historically generated from, of course, altered, changed, and switched up to kind of customize to the person and their unique spiritual walk. You can do the same, customize it for yourself as well. The very first one, again, is called the sunrise intention setting tea ritual. Of course, I utilize it as a tea, which is its origins. So the purpose is to start your day with focus and clarity. So how you're to perform it is to brew your kratom tea. You're supposed to add honey, lemon, and other herbs like ginger. Sit in a very quiet state, a space, preferably outside or by a window where you can get in fresh light, fresh natural environment as much as possible, where you can preferably see the sunrise. So this usually works during spring or summer or early fall. So as you're sipping, you're setting your intention mentally for the day, for productivity, creativity, for peace, etc. And you're going to meditate for a few moments, visualizing how you want your day to unfold. And if you want to take it a step further, if you have a spoon in your cup of kratom tea, you can do the clockwise or counterclockwise ritual that many have utilized, if that's something, obviously, give 2 shits about. A second ritual is called the grounding and nature connection ritual that I have done. Usually this is when I'm around nature more, like if I'm up visiting my family in Northern California, or of course, I live in the Pacific. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's easier to obtain. So it's not that hard to do. But this is if you're connected more with nature. So you connect with the earth and enhance that grounding experience. So you would take fresh or dried kratom leaves, and you would take them and place them on a small kind of plate of some sort. Walk barefoot outside to a tree or a river or a garden, and you would hold the kratom, take deep breaths, just acknowledging the plant's origins, and you would consume it, chew the raw leaves, drink the tea while sitting on the earth or standing barefoot. You're connecting, grounding yourself in the earth, and you're gonna express your gratitude for nature's gifts and the energy that you're gonna be receiving during that ritual. And of course, all of these, you're receiving the benefits that kratom is known to give. The third ritual is called the kratom and candle reflection ritual. So the purpose is to use kratom to enter a meditative or an introspective state of mind. A little bit more advanced, a little bit more spiritual for those that might not be so. You light a candle with an intentional color. So green for healing, white for clarity, red for motivation, etc. So you brew the kratom tea and you hold it in your hands while thinking about a question or an issue that you need insight on. Sip slowly, letting those thoughts and realizations flow naturally. And then you journal your insights and you meditate while watching the candle burn. You do not leave it unattended. If you want to go a step further, you ring a bell because those kind of vibrations clear the energies around you. I believe in spirits, good and bad, and you just want to keep that space pure and clear of anything negative. So never leave a candle that you're working with unattended is definitely a recommended thing. Fourth ritual is called the Kratom Protection and Energy Clearing Bath. It's great for like water energy, months and moons, new moons especially. So you cleanse your energy and you relieve your stress for this kind of ritual. You make a kratom infused bath by steeping leaves in hot water and adding the tea to your bath. And you can go further and add Epsom salt, rose petals, lavender, magnesium salts, hemp oil. You can go all out for this one. This is something I do when I'm having a flare-up with my fibromyalgia. This is one of my favorite rituals when I'm in pain, having a really bad pain day. Probably make this video specifically by itself in a later video in more detail, but I soak in it. I visualize any negative energy that's just washing itself away. So I drink also a separate kratom tea during this bath for an even deeper relaxation and a full body experience. The fifth one is a lunar cycle kratom ritual, and the purpose for this is to align with the moon energy for manifestation and for release. So how to perform this one, it's for a new moon. You drink your kratom tea while you're journaling your intentions. And so you ask the plant's energy to assist you in achieving them. I typically do not communicate to anything other than the divine, other than God. That's not my thing, but there are people that do. I talk to the divine and thank God for the gifts that He has given us, it's medicine that He's given us, and ask Him to assist in achieving whatever I need to achieve, utilizing this plant, whether it be healing, etc. And on a full moon, I brew a stronger tea and I sit under the moon. I use the kratom enhanced state to reflect on what needs to be released under the full moon, and I write down what no longer serves me, and I burn the paper, always on a full moon. The sixth and final ritual is called the Ancestral Offering and Gratitude Ritual, and this purpose is to honor our ancestors and our spirit guides with a kratom offering. And to perform this is to place a small bowl of kratom tea or fresh leaves on your altar space or your room where you do your prayer and do most of your meditating, and light incense or a candle, and you call upon ancestors or guides, pray to the divine. You drink your tea while you're speaking, honey, while you're speaking your gratitude, and you're asking for guidance, asking for intercession for your prayer, which I'm a huge believer of. You pour a small portion onto the earth as an offering and just say your final prayers. Help us really connect with the divine. It helps us connect with the creation of said plants, of kratom. It helps really align us in gratitude and thankfulness for what God's created and what this plant does for us. And it really helps remind us of just the importance of it and just the next level. So this might not be for everyone, but if you are a spiritual person and a kratom lover, this is just a perfect next step for your walk.